Your authentic self is a total lie. Yes, you heard me right. I'm coaching Didi. Didi is a director at a big MNC, and he tells me he's going to appear for a selection committee, an interview. If he clears that, then he goes, becomes a vice president or something like that. All right. Now, he opens up the coaching saying, when I get into a conversation when there are multiple people around, especially my super boss, my boss's boss's boss, 3 levels up, then I feel like all the cameras are on me and I completely freak out. What do I do, Greg? Now, this reminded me of something that I learned long back, and that is that when I ask you, who are you? Or a lot of times when I've seen people saying, this is who I am, but who in the world are you? What I mean by that is, inside this Greg, let's just take my own example. Inside this guy called Greg, there are multiple small eyes, small miniature Gregs running around. What do I mean? Let's say I'm driving a car. Somebody comes wrong side. That really pisses me off. Somebody comes wrong side. Instantly, the road rage Greg bubbles up and I want to go and beat that fellow up. For the most part, I don't. All right. Now, back to the coaching. As I talked to Didi, it seemed that the confident Didi and the anxious Didi, they were, and there are multiple other miniature Didis, coaches, that were all vying for attention inside. The Didi that says, you cannot fail, right? And so on and so forth. What would you have done if you were the coach? How would you have advised, or how would you have counseled him, or how would you have coached this person? If you're not supposed to advise in coaching, what would you have done? As the conversation progressed, what emerged was that he wanted to observe every time this little person, the anxious Didi, would arise, he would observe it and give it a label. And today, there's a lot that's happening with neuroscience that tells you a great way of overcoming performance anxiety is by watching it, observing it, becoming aware of it. That's step 1. And then putting a label on it and saying, so this is for myself, if I say anxious Greg, or for that guy, for that Didi, for my coach, if you'd say, this is anxious Didi. This is the kind of homework that he's agreed to do, that he's going to, what he said, something very interesting. He says, I'm going to put myself into emotionally charged situations, positive or negative emotions. He says, I'm going to open up to that. So in a way, he's kind of layering an extra step without him knowing. I didn't even tell him this, but he's layering an extra step. He's going to push him to become open to highly charged emotional experiences. So he's doing it without even thinking about it. So that's number 1. Number 2, he says, I'm going to observe it. And number 3, he's going to be labeling it. But that's not all. There is another step. If you want to control your anxiety, if you want to control your fear of performance, watch the next video and I'll tell you how to do that. That's a continuation of this. For right now, let's just take it a small step at a time. Step number 1, let's get in there. You want to overcome an emotion of yours. Otherwise, you're just going to be its puppet, The morning you is going to be saying, hey, rush fast to the office. The office 9 a.m. you is going to be saying, quickly respond to that mail. The 9:05 you is going to be saying, oh my God, there is escalation from my boss, and so on and so forth. So the first one is observe all of these people coming up. You just can't tell anxiety, go away. You just can't tell anger, go away. You just can't tell depression and so on and so forth, go away. They don't listen. I don't know why, but these guys don't listen. Go try this out the next time. Labeling.